Hey everyone, and welcome to day 17 of 2025 Flow. For you today I have an abs and glute focused workout. We will need a dumbbell and I have a towel which I will place on my hips because we will be doing some hip thrusts, which when you place a dumbbell here it can be a little bit sore on your hips, so I just have the hand towel for some extra padding. So we have the timer set. We're going to go through 4 exercises and then repeat those 4 exercises, and it's set up so we're doing abs, glutes, and then a mix of both to finish. So grab yourself your mat, your dumbbell, and a towel if you need some extra padding on your hips, and let's jump straight into a warm-up before we get into the workout. Standing nice and wide, I want you to come side to side, so a nice lateral lunge position. Good. Down, pushing away, so we're feeling a nice stretch through that straight leg here, and we're warming up the glute as well. Good, give me 2 and 1. Good, taking it to a hinge forward, hinge and stand, hinge and stand. Really drive through those heels for me as you come up to standing. Good, hold in that hinge forward, and I just want you to walk those hands side to side, deepening that stretch on the leg you're reaching over to. Good. Come back to center. Now we're going to walk those feet in a smidge, and we're going to come back into a squat position. So if you can, press those elbows into the knees, and just swivel side to side, opening up the hips here. Good, return to center, press through those heels, drive it all the way up. Good, walk those feet in, bring the arm up and over, stretching through the side of the waist. Good, stretch and stretch. One more. Good, nice work. Give me circles here, hinge it forward and around. Good, reverse the direction of that circle, other way. Good, and back to center, heels to glutes. Good, really think of kicking that butt, lengthening out through the muscles. Good, and forward high knees. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, arms wide, cross them over. Let's get that blood flowing and oxygen circulating around the body, heart rate up just ever so slightly. Getting warmed up. Good, 2, 1. Good, give those shoulders a roll. Good, nice work. All right, we're going in 10 seconds with a side ab squeeze. Dumbbell's going to be in that hand, leg out to the side, and we're going to squeeze and extend. Take your dumbbell, going in 7, 3, 2, 1. We're going to squeeze and extend. Squeeze, extend. I'm really squeezing into that side of the waist. Good, keep that control. Deep core muscles working to hold you balanced here. Good, and 4. Nice work. I'm going to switch that over to the other side. Same thing on the other side. Going in 5, 4. Good, finding that balance, engaging that core, and you're squeezing and extending. squeeze, woo, and extend. So if you're like me, you will have one side more balanced than the other. It's not a weakness, you just have to work on it. Good. Squeeze, extend, squeeze, extend. Good, coming down on your back, legs up, crunches. I suggest you hold it in one hand for round one and switch it for round two. Support the neck with the other hand. Good, crunch up, resist down. So I'm fighting that resistance as I come down and I'm pushing up against it. It's just resting there as my resistance, not as momentum to help me lift up. Squeeze, lift. Good. Pop that dumbbell down. Coming into a knee hover to pike. So, you are going to be in a pike position for the start. Then from here, I just want you to come into your plank, hover the knees, push back. Now, as you come into that hover, you're really drawing that lower core in and up. Then you're squeezing it again as you push back. So here, I'm really lifting my belly button to my spine, keeping it drawn in and strong, in and wide. Good, walk it in, come back up to standing. We've got that side ab squeeze again, round two. Going in, 2, 1, off we go. Squeeze the side of the waist and extend. Good, find a focus so that you can really center your balance. It helps. Good, 5, 4. Rest there. Other side. Going in 8 seconds. 4. And off we go. Squeeze that side of the waist, whoop, and extend. This is so my bad side, I can just tell. Always lose my balance on this side. So we've got our legs up, crunches next. So if you held it in this hand, then obviously your left hand will hold it for the next one. Alright, so you do you. You know which hand you held it in first round. Make sure you switch. Good, legs are up. 2, 1, lift it up. Squeeze the core. Control down. Squeeze. Down. Nice and strong here, really lift. Squeeze, 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 and down. And 2. Good, so we've got that knee hover to pike position. So flip it over, come into your pike, get a little stretch on your weight. Then you'll come forward into that knee hover plank. You come forward. Squeeze the core, push it back. Hover, push back. Nice work. Hover it, push it back. Keep that core strong for me. Got our glutes circuit after this. Good, so we're going to go into bridges first. So flip it over, place that towel down for padding and the dumbbell on your hips. And we're just going for our standard full bridge. So tucking the hips under, you're going to scoop, squeeze, come back down. So I'm really driving through my heels. I'm squeezing my glutes together and down. Lift, squeeze, control down. Lift, squeeze, control down. So I'm really using that resistance and that weight all the way up and all the way down. Good, so now we're going to do the same thing. We've got a little pulse at the top. So 1.5. So you come up, half, up, all the way down. 2, 1, follow along, lift, half, lift, down, or lift, pulse, down, up, up, down. Really thinking of those glutes, squeezing the whole time. Down, lift, lift, down, lift, lift, down. Good, nice work. Right, we've got a sumo squat next. So I want you to hold this dumbbell down low by the top of the barbell. So wide stance, wider than your hips. You're coming down, holding that weight here, driving through the heels, squeezing into your glutes. So here, I come down, push from my heels, squeeze my glutes. All right? So I'm really shifting my glutes back, or my hips back, but I'm not rounding through my spine. And hinging forward. Good, now we're going to do one of those that we just did, then one hinge forward. So one squat, and then one hinge with the dumbbell in the same position. Off we go. One squat, one hinge. Good, drive through the heels on both of these. Good, nice work. Back to our bridge full. Place that hand out on your hips, dumbbell on top. Drive through the heels, scoop up. 2, 1, off we go. Scoop up, control down. Scoop, drive through the heels, squeeze the glutes, down. Make sure you're not actually holding the dumbbell. I've just got my thumb so it doesn't rock or roll down me, but it's still very much on top, giving me that resistance that I'm pushing against. Good. Now we've got our 1.5 or our 1 in a pulse. Come up, up, and down. 2, one, off we go. Lift, lift, down. Lift, lift, down. Scooping out. Good, nice work. All right, sumo squat. Coming up, holding the top of that dumbbell for me. Nice wide stance, sticking those hips back, driving through the heels. Off we go. Really pushing through those heels, pushing the floor away, pushing up and down. Push up and down. Really thinking of squeezing my glutes as I stand. Three. Good, nice work. All right, so now we've got that squat and then that hinge. All right, squat and hinge. Up and hinge. Both these moves, you're focusing on driving through the heels. Awesome work. We are done with round two. So we've got 2 abs, 2 glutes next. So come down on your back for a single leg drop, alternating. You can have your head lifted or rested down. Legs are up. You're going to drop one leg down, then the other. Off we go. Drop, lift. Drop, lift. So I'm making sure when I'm in this L position here, core is switched on. I'm not arching through my back here. It's pressed down. Even when I lift that leg, I'm not arching, I'm not pushing everything out. If you're at that point, you've gone too low, just don't bring that leg as low. Good. So we've got a tabletop crunch next. Legs are in tabletop and you're crunching up towards those knees. You don't have to touch elbows to knees, you can, but I don't want you touching them if it means you're pulling on your neck. So you're here and you come up and down. So you could be here, that could be enough, and down, or you may want to tap those elbows in, but I don't want it pulling your neck. Give me a good squeeze through those tummy muscles. That's the focus. Nice. So we've got our marching bridge next. So you're going to come up in that bridge position, marching with the legs. So you're going to come up, find your position, squeeze those glutes. One leg lifts, then the other. So I'm here and here. And notice how as I lift lower than switch the legs, I'm not dropping down at all. I'm staying lifted. So I'm just shifting the weight. This heel, then that heel. Keeping my glutes turned on and working. Good. Right. Final move in round one of the last circuit is a bridge pulse. So we're going to come up, we're going to stay up, and we're doing tiny little pulses. Off we go. Up and pulse. So slightly down, squeeze again. Slightly down, squeeze again. So it doesn't need to be super fast, it's more a tiny movement that is meant by a pulse, not the speed. Often people think we're just pulse, 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 and then they're actually focusing on the move. But squeeze, squeeze. Really think of driving through those heels. Good. Alright, final round, single leg drop. Head is up or down, you choose. Whatever works best for you and challenges you. Off we go. One comes down, then the other. So I'm really squeezing everything tight and flat. I'm not pressing out. Good, nice work. All right, tabletop crunches and necks. So remember, if you would like to bring your elbows to your knees, absolutely do that. Do not if it means you're pulling your neck. Off we go. So I'm not pulling my neck because if I take my hands away, I'm doing the same. I can get that same range of motion without pulling on my head. Focusing on that squeeze through my core. Nice work. Heels come down. We've got that marching bridge next. So you're going to come up, hold that position and march. 2, 1, off we go. So I lift 1 and 1. Just shifting that weight, keeping my heel driven down into the floor. Good, nice work. All right, bridge pulses are our final move, and then we are all done for today. 2, 1, off we go. Lift it up, squeeze the glutes, drive through the heels, pulse and pulse. Tiny little range of motion. Really squeezing those glutes, tucking under. Good, really squeeze, focus on that drive through the heels, that glute engagement, nice and strong. Awesome work, lower down, lengthen those arms and legs nice and long, take a deep breath, and breathe it out. Good. Hug those knees in. Good. Rock side to side. Good. Place one foot on the opposite knee. Reach through that little keyhole. Draw that knee towards you. You'll feel a nice stretch in the glute of the bent leg. You can rock side to side if you would like. Good, switch it over, other foot on that opposite knee, hug it in, Feel that stretch. You probably feel a side that's tighter than the other. Good. Hug those knees in one more time, side to side, and then give yourself a roll all the way up to a seated position. And you are done with today's workout. Nice work on your glute and ab workout for today. Hopefully you felt that. I think it's always good to include exercises where we use a dumbbell, then we don't. Just gives you a variety of ways of moving the body that you can use to target different areas and different muscles. So have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.